Now what will it be? Death or exile?
Memories are made of this.
Hello everyone and welcome to another spoiler-free Exile film review, this time on the Valiant comic adaptation from director David Wilson, Bloodshot. I just saw this film and I'm happy to say that I really enjoyed it. It's a film made with sincerity and care for the characters. The story is a simple one, but there are some meaty themes to be explored. Bloodshot is a film about a Marine, Ray Garrison, played by Vin Diesel, who is killed in action but brought back to life through the use of nanotechnology, which gives him enhanced powers. Awaking with the understanding that his wife is murdered, he goes on a mission, a rampage, to get revenge on his wife's killer. Unbeknownst to him, Dr. Emil Harting, played by the excellent Guy Pearce, is in the background pulling all the strings. This film is made on a modest $45 million budget, and what I find is that when it comes to films made on a shoestring like this, is that because they cannot rely on expensive set pieces and heavy CGI or a huge expensive supporting cast, they make sure that their script is the best it can be. And in this effort, Jeff Wadlow and Eric Heseria did an excellent job. The themes the film explores include dealing with loss through revenge. Bloodshot tells KT, "I just saw the man who murdered my wife. I looked him dead in the eyes and I killed him. It didn't change a thing. My wife isn't coming back." It makes him question his role, his life, his existence, and it's really well done. Other themes include moving on from loss and the role and control that technology has over our lives. Before I go into other details about the film, I must say I'm a little bit miffed at the marketing team. The purpose of a trailer is to entice people into the film and not give people a short version of it. And giving away one of the major twists in the trailer has really hampered my experience. If you haven't seen the trailer yet, my advice is don't watch it. I found myself sitting through the first half of the film just waiting for the moment of that twist to occur. Don't watch the trailer and the experience will be infinitely better, trust me. Regardless, when it comes to comic book movie adaptations, this is brilliant. My major gripe or criticism of comic book movies recently is that they feel like a cash grab. You can tell that the people behind those films don't really care about producing the best possible film and using the source material to enhance it. They're made by committee, they have hardly any sincerity. They just rely on fan service, hoping that way they can get as much money possible from the fans. This is not the case for Bloodshot. This is clearly a passion project for the director, the cast, the entire crew, and especially for Vin Diesel. With respect to the acting performances and the cast, Vin Diesel is flawless. While I don't necessarily subscribe to this, a major criticism of Diesel is that while he does what he does well, he doesn't really have much acting range. He has been typecast as the Hollywood hard man. Well, guess what? That's exactly what we need for this role. Not only is he believable as a physical action star, but he shows emotional depth when dealing with some of the weightier character interactions. Guy Pearce as Emil Harting was excellent. Guy is used to this kind of villainous roles, and honestly I don't think you could have cast anybody better. As for the supporting cast, they were mostly all really good, but Asia Gonzalez as KT was particularly excellent. My major criticism with respect to casting is of Lamorne Morris of New Girl fame playing the role of British hacker Wilfred Wiggins. I actually like this actor, but are we still doing this thing of casting American actors in British roles and making them do the whole cheerio governor thing like in 2020? Come on, nobody speaks like that. They did the same thing in Hellboy with Daniel Day Kim. Why? Are you telling me that these casting departments couldn't found a competent British actor who would not sound so stupid and would incidentally probably cost much less? Just stop it. Just stop it. The photography in this film is gorgeous. The use of colour in certain sequences really adds to the tension, especially in the scene where Bloodshot is hunting Toby Kebbell's character Martin Axe. The use of red is gorgeous. With respect to the cinematography, it's basic, but there are some really nicely done sequences. One where KT is setting fire to some servers, and there's a nice tracking shot of her carrying some kind of smoke grenades, but also when the explosion takes place, we see it from behind her looking on over the explosion. It's a really gorgeous shot, but it also conveys how the character who really wants to see this enterprise that has controlled her crash and burn. Katie is another enhanced character that's controlled by Emil Harding, and this is a really empowering moment. There are also a number of shots that are similar to what we saw in the trailer, where you see parts of Bloodshot's face and body blown off, and then the nanites bringing it all back together. It shows just how indestructible Bloodshot is, and considering they were working with such a small budget, it's just incredibly well done. It's also incredibly stylized, which serves the action really well. Speaking of the action, the main action set piece is with Jimmy Dalton, who has some kind of Doc Ock style accessories with these metal arms that go with his enhanced legs, which he lost during his Marine days. It takes place on some scaffolding on the outside of a high-rise tower block, and honestly it's quite unique and done really well. The fight choreography team really used the environment well and gave us an interesting and exciting set piece. As for stylization, I really do have to commend the art department for the look of the Bloodshot character. Fans of the comic book will love it when they see him grey-skinned with a red circle on his chest, bloodshot eyes. They don't give it you straight away, which is a good choice by the director, but when it comes, oh my god, it looks so good, and yes, it's just like the comics. So on that note, this film has my recommendation. For $45 million, I really can't believe that they created something so well made without making it look like they had made sacrifices. I have to say, outside of Joker, which I don't really consider a comic book adaptation, though I know many of you will, this is my favourite comic book movie since Logan. Is it as good or as deep as Logan or a BVS, for example? No. It's much more along the lines of a Venom, I'd say, though I think it's much better than Venom. With Sony starting to delve into Valiant comics, I really look forward to seeing them make adaptations of Exo Manowar, Ninjak, maybe even the Harbinger team. We can only get that if Bloodshot is a success, so I hope you all support this original comic book movie that doesn't follow a dated formula. Thank you for listening to my review, and if you enjoyed it, please like, share and subscribe to the Film Exiles for more in the future. And until next time, stay exiled.
Memories are made of this.